The views and opinions on this show do not necessarily reflect the views of ESPN Tucson 1490 AM, 94.9 HD Channel 4, or the Arizona Lotus Corporation.
Welcome to Spears and Ali on ESPN Tucson.
Justin Spears, I like that.
With Justin Spears and Ali Farhang on 1490 AM, 94.9 HD Channel 4, ESPN Tucson. Brought to you by Tucson Federal Credit Union, the Volpe team at Nova Home Loans, and Rightway Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
I want to be entertaining, but I'm not stupid enough to compare myself to Ali.
What's up, everyone? Happy Hump Day. You're rocking with Spears and Ali right here on ESPN Tucson, 1490 AM, 94.9 HD Channel 4, and the Spears and Ali podcast. Make sure you subscribe, rate, comment, do your thing on Apple and Spotify, and also check us out on YouTube. Got a lot of content on the Spears and Ali YouTube channel. We are brought to you by the Volpe team and Nova Home Loans, Rightway Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, and Tucson Federal Credit Union. We got lots to talk about. We are loaded with a bunch of guests today. In hour number 2, we're going to have our good buddy Saul Bookman join the show to talk some Arizona Wildcats basketball. Ryan Hansen as well, Arizona basketball broadcaster. And Reggie Geary, another Arizona basketball broadcaster. So a lot of hoops talk in hour number 2. And in hour number 1, we've got a very special guest joining us in studio, Ali.
Oh, yeah, buddy.
You excited?
I'm so, nerded out about it. I have so many nerdy football questions, coming from a coaching background myself. I mean, I just can't wait.
We got Arizona Defensive Coordinator Danny Gonzales joining us in studio for the next hour. If you have any questions, hit us up at 719-1490, 719-1490. We, and more so Danny Gonzales, will happily accept your questions and talk to you guys. Danny, good morning, man.
Good
What's
morning.
going on?
Nothing. This is awesome. Thank you for having me on.
So, is it what you expected? This is not a grand studio. It's more like a broom closet.
It doesn't need to be. We sell in recruiting all the time. Like, don't get mesmerized with the building. We have nice things. We have all these wonderful things. You can get as much out of an 8x8 garage as you can the weight room we have down there. It's about the people you're going to be around. So the people in this room, it's outstanding.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah, I mean, a wood log in a snow-covered mountain. I mean, it got rocky through Ivan Drago,
Exactly right. Exactly right.
But, man, we're going to be talking some football.
Oh, sorry, Ivan Drago.
Ivan Drago. Yeah.
We've got our own Yvonne on our basketball team, so yes.
Heck yeah. Well, actually, we're going to be talking a lot of Arizona football. We'll also be talking some Super Bowl predictions. Bill Belichick getting snubbed for the Hall of Fame.
Ridiculous.
Pretty crazy.
And I hate the Patriots. But that's
right?
ridiculous.
Isn't that crazy? So we got lots to talk about in hour number 1 with our guy Danny Gonzales. But we had you on recently. I think you were at the office. How's it been in the off season? Just ending the season. I mean, just 3 weeks ago, and I'm sure it's been like drinking out of a fire hose for you guys.
It's been. I mean, January 3rd, we were on it recruiting already after the bowl game. I mean, we had visits lined up, ready to come in. We had to stay overnight because of the nose ordinance in San Diego, so we didn't get back until the afternoon of the 3rd. And then we had visits coming in on the 4th. And that went all the way through. I mean, we can still bring kids in. The portal closed on the 16th, but you can visit kids all the way up really until the last day to enroll them into school, which for us is February 14th. And so we did a fantastic job in the transfer portal on the hit rate of bringing kids in, getting them to commit. And then we started our off-season program really 2 weeks ago. Last week was a voluntary week, a truly voluntary week because we just played a game less than 2 weeks ago, and everybody was there, which is fantastic. Yesterday or Monday was the actual start of our off-season workout. A year ago, we had about a 6-week break between the end of Thanksgiving and our first workout. Well, this year it was less than 14 days. So we didn't skip a beat. The guys did a great job, and we're off to Team 123 is off to a good start.
So the recruiting process, I don't know if we had a chance to talk to you about this, but you mentioned it right here. Like, you don't need much, you need enough, and you need the people, and you need a good environment. And that's one thing that we've heard a lot from these recruits. Like, they would go over to Brent's house. I would imagine that you had a hand in that as well. Tell us about the connecting with these guys on a personal level and why that was so important into getting the recruits here.
One of the things that makes Brent Brennan so special is the environment that he creates, not for just players, recruits, but for the coaches. Our coaches actually love being in the building. We love coming to work. We love being around each other. That's not common everywhere. My wife will walk my dog on over to the facility. We live a half a mile from it. But she'll walk in the facility with our dog Buddy, a golden doodle. And the recruits see that. They're like, it's a dog walking in a Division I football building. I mean, Brent just makes it so comfortable. Now, when it's time to go to work, it's time to go to work, and there's no nonsense. But they get to see us be fathers and husbands and all those wonderful things. And I think the family environment, everybody preaches family in sports. I mean, it's a cliche that is overused, but when you see people actually living it, my girls are in the building, all of our kids. I mean, Brett Arcee's son, Fox, he's running around throwing footballs during the day. I mean, he'll sit in meetings and I'll be like, Fox, what do you think here? I mean, it's fantastic. And so the kids buy into this stuff, and then we get to go over to Brent's house. Courtney's there. All the wives are there. My wife, Sandra. I mean, everybody does such a phenomenal job of just making these kids feel like, wow, this is a special place. And then our kids, our players on the team, they're our best recruiters. Because they'll come to us and be like, Coach, that guy don't fit. Like, don't bring him here.
Really?
And when they do that, it's like, this is your team. We ain't doing that. So it's a job interview for those kids interviewing us, but we're interviewing them just the same.
Wow.
That's incredible. Yeah, it's I wanted to ask you this, Coach. It seems like it's been forever ago, but I stopped coaching high school ball maybe a couple of years ago, and I just noticed that, when we grew up, we played in the backyard, we played at the schoolyard. And you learn certain things just because we played every position, right? You learn about leverage, you learn about, kind of angles and all kinds of things that just come with repetitions of playing in the schoolyard. I noticed a lot of kids coming into high school, we had to teach them those nuances because they don't really watch football anymore, or they watch it in like TikToks, small clips.
Yep.
Do you see the same thing when you guys are I mean, every coach is going to say the same thing. Number one, I want a kid that loves football, right? But I find that a lot of kids, they're playing, youth football or more organized, and it's not that backyard where they're playing every position. And we almost have to teach them the nuances that we grew up with, and it was just innate when we played.
Well, the special thing that we're missing out on for this group, one, being outside, not being on a computer all day long or on an iPad or on gaming systems. And then the ability, what you hit it on the nail, not so much just schoolyard ball, but playing freeze tag. Playing things that do different athletic movements, they don't do that as much. And so we're big on recruiting multi-sport athletes, baseball players, football players, basketball players, wrestlers. Wrestlers are tough suckers.
Yeah.
Baseball players can judge a ball. Basketball players see things that a secondary guy, it helps them because they just see movement without looking. They use their peripheral vision. So seeing all those things is a big piece of how we recruit and trying to get. Now, Noah Fafita, he's a kid that grew up like us. They played outside every day. Dash, outside every day. I mean, they're throwing the ball around. They're playing in the streets. They're doing all those things. It's what makes him so special. He also brings those kids along. So we got kids in our indoor until 10, 11 o'clock at night just throwing the ball around, screwing around, doing nothing. In the offseason, Coach Carroll does different games. I mean, we'll play freeze tag. We'll play like Frisbee football. I mean, all those things because it creates different movements for our football team.
Yeah. Can you find multi-sport athletes anymore? I mean, it's like a unicorn. I mean, it was like Arizona, and I know other states have gone to, well, you can just coach your kids all year long. It used to be you had periods where you couldn't coach your kids if you're coaching basketball, wrestling, what other sport.
And has 7-on-7 had an influence on that?
Yeah.
7-on-7's gotten a little bit better. The street handlers of that piece are probably the worst piece.
Yeah.
And I'm going to irritate some high school head coaches, and I don't mean to, but there's so many coaches out there right now that are becoming possessive with their athletes. They don't want them to play other sports.
Right.
That's not the majority of the coaches. It's just a small variance of coaches, and those coaches are doing those kids a disservice because they don't become, I mean, even for their own football team, they're not as good. Now, Arizona high school football coaches have done a phenomenal job of sharing athletes, which you have to. Texas, they do it in a different way. They have to do their football stuff, which I think is awesome. They have to do their football stuff early in the morning, and then they can go do their other sports. They share them, but they share them at their terms. That's becoming less and less. Like you said, multi-sport athletes are becoming unicorns. I mean, our basketball team, one of the reasons that I believe that they're so good, Tommy recruits guys that should be football players. I mean, Tobe Awaka could be a defensive end. I mean, I just drool watching these guys. Braden Burries, I'd love to have him, a 200-pound safety, a 6'5", with his vision. I mean, Jaden Bradley. I could teach him how to be a great football player. An outside linebacker, Riley Wilson type. I mean, that's why they're so dang good. That's why they're number one team in the country.
I'm just thinking Danny is like that high school football coach that sees a big guy walk and it's like, come on, son. I could change your life. Come play football.
Yeah, we'll
That's Danny outside McKell
Center.
Center.
That's exactly right.
He send you to the NFL, Toby Awaka.
If I saw Toby Awaka at South Point playing basketball, I'd be like, dude, I can make you an NFL defensive end. I promise you. Promise you that.
Yeah, I'll show you tape with Mike Parsons. And then, I mean, he's a rebounding full. Is he averaging a rebound every minute, which is insane.
Yeah.
I mean, he could get a sack every minute. I would be no problem with that whatsoever.
Yeah. Have you ever had a basketball player like at the Power 4 level or at FBS level? Have you ever had a multi-sport athlete play under you?
No, I have not. At San Diego State, we had a couple of baseball players. Zach Arnett, the defense coordinator at Mississippi State, actually played baseball at New Mexico for the first couple of years when I was an assistant coach in New Mexico. Calvin Munson played baseball his freshman year. To be an elite football player, it's so hard. I mean, Dominic McNabb, those kind of guys can do it, but they're just such elite talents that they don't really need the practice to get to where they're going. Now, he didn't start. Charlie Ward, there you go. There's one that played both and was dominant in both. I mean, there's very few of those guys in this world.
Okay. Talking with Arizona Defensive Coordinator Danny Gonzales in studio right here on Spears and Ali. And, we're already talking basketball. How's it been for you to be at the University of Arizona when so many great things are happening, including this basketball program?
I mean, the 5-2-0 is special.
It is.
When the Arizona Wildcats are good in all things, which we are right now, it's a fantastic place to be. I mean, we created the magic of football. Tommy has done such a fantastic job with the basketball program since he's been here. I mean, this team right now, I mean, I watched the Nebraska-Michigan game last night. We're the best team in the country. I mean, we're ranked number 1 and deservedly so. Can they win every single game? I have no idea. I'm watching that BYU game the other night, and I can say this because I can't get in trouble for this. I don't think for basketball, but at the officiating at the end, I was like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
Okay.
We almost got Padilla again.
But they found a way to win, and that's what good teams do. Even when all the cards are stacked against you, they found a way to win. And I just love watching Tommy coach, his composure. I mean, it's unbelievable how he meshes with the kids and how elite he is. I mean, he does a great job with the referees. I mean, it's fantastic to watch their team.
We were talking with Mike Candrea, legendary softball coach, the greatest softball coach of all time. And one thing that he mentioned about, why he decided to stay at Arizona was the people. And, why would he even said, he's like, why would I want to leave when I'm sharing a locker space with Lute Olson and stuff like that? And I get to talk to all these great coaches. You guys, I'm assuming you guys have a camaraderie within the coaches, not just within your sport, but just Arizona athletics, period.
You know that it's not that way every place. And a lot of times the football coaches are separated from everybody else. Back in the day, before we had the football building, Lowell Stevens, when the football coaches were actually in McHale, you probably spent more time with them. But Brent does a great job of making that a focus of our staff to be involved with the other sports. Now, I'm just a sports junkie. And so is my wife. I mean, I'm very blessed to be married to somebody that probably likes watching sports more than me.
Oh, it's the best.
It's unbelievable.
It's the best.
And so she the other night at 6:45, she's like, "We got 15 minutes. We got to finish this basketball game starting." I'm like, "Thank you. Get it on the right channel. Let's do this." She's jumping around, screaming, yelling. I mean, it's great to be involved with those other sports. I mean, I'm going to be here. If I can be here for the next 6 years, then our youngest daughter graduates high school. And moving is not easy on families. It's not hard on me. I go to another football building. All I have to do is learn 100 new faces. I'm going to be around 10 coaches. I'm going to be around players. I'm going to be around football. I mean, my lifestyle doesn't change, but our families' lifestyles, they got to go to new schools. They got to make new friends. My wife's got to find new doctors for our family. My wife's got to find new friends, a new routine, what Courtney and Sandra do for us as coaches. My wife, I'm blessed. I really believe I have the best coach's wife in the world, because of the adaptation that she's able to do for our family. And my kids, they're so in. I mean, when we screwed this up, we should have been in the conference championship game if we don't give up those 10 points in the final 4 minutes of the BYU game. It's actually 7 minutes. But at the end of that game, my 13-year-old Chloe is in tears because she's like, oh, my God. Now, she probably thought I was going to get fired because we blew the freaking game. But she's sitting there going like, we should have just beat BYU. What are you doing? I'm like, okay, Chloe, I'm going to get it from the freaking rest of Tucson. I don't need to get it from the people in my house.
Yeah.
And so the standards are high. I'll tell you that.
Chloe's like, Dad, we got to do something about that quarterback run, all right?
Tell
Quarterback power.
Hey, so I can pull up a picture. My Father's Day card last year, I get announced to be the defensive coordinator, and all it says is, I hope you have a wonderful day. Can you get your defense into shape? That was the basis of the card. Okay,
that's wonderful. So I got to ask you. So the woman I'm with now, I knew she was the one when I'm like, okay, we're gonna take our first trip together outside of Tucson, anywhere in the world you want to go. And her answer was, "Why don't we go to Pittsburgh in a Steelers game?" I'm like, "Okay, that's it. I
We're-
found
yeah,
my woman of my dreams." Was there a moment for you with your wife? You're like, "Okay, this is the one."
Well, so my wife, the way I met my wife, she was my dental hygienist. Okay, it took me 3 appointments to get a date. She played hard to get. Okay, but the very first conversation is nothing but about sports and all those things. I'm like, wow, this chick's really cool. Like, this is somebody that I could really want to hang out with. Okay, and so at the end of the date, I called it a date. She didn't. She probably called it stalking. At the end of the appointment, I'm like, wow, you're really beautiful. And she looked at me like, oh my God, you're a freak. Get out of here. Okay, the second appointment, it was great. It was really cool. And then the third one, I was like, do I really have to wait 6 months to see you again? Like, this is how we're gonna do this. And so I left. She called. I'm like, okay, you just broke HIPAA rules. You got into my file to get my phone number. Like, now I got you. Okay, so this is great. And so I knew from that point, like, this is the woman that I want to be with for the rest of my life.
See, Justin, I keep telling you, I was like, hey, I'm going to report you to the authorities for HIPAA violations, or you date me.
That's right. And she enjoyed her job, and so it was fantastic.
I give you credit. It's hard to be smooth with a woman when your mouth is open and you can't really speak.
I was going to say,
like,
you want to go
like
out?
the dentist keeps asking you questions, and he's also got like a scraper in between your teeth. It's like, well, you really want me to have a conversation right now?
No doubt. Well, the best part of it, so my wife has this thing when she doesn't work anymore. She's just at home with the kids, which to me is more important. But she was a fantastic dental hygienist. I mean, my teeth, I looked like Ross for a while there because I was bleaching them. It was so white in that episode. But she would be like, a patient would be staring at her, and she could feel their eyes on them. And so she would look at them, and usually the patient, whatever it was, would look away. Well, I was staring at her dead in the face on the second appointment, and she stared back down at me. I didn't lose eye contact. It was like, no, I'm winning this. And she was like, okay, that's. She looked away. I'm like, I got her.
Yeah.
Hey, man, if you miss every shot you don't take.
You know what? He played it smoothly, played the process right, got her to third and long.
This guy's really into his teeth. He's getting a teeth cleaning every other week.
Yeah, it took me freaking 18 months to get a dang date, but in persistency, it was worth it. It was worth it.
So, Danny, great season this past year. You guys go 9-4. You guys go to the Holiday Bowl.
One guy predicted 8 or 9 wins this year.
You did.
For the record.
Yes, you did.
This team could win 8 or 9 games. One guy. I don't know who his name is, but he has 2 thumbs and he's pointing at me.
He was pretty damn smart, I'll tell you that.
And a key part to the turnaround this year has been what you guys did on the defensive side of the ball. And Danny, he made sure, he's like, Justin, no. We're number 1 in turnover margin. Okay, Indiana, they're great, but they're number 2. So you guys are number 1 in college football in turnover margin. You guys had a bunch of takeaways this year. You guys led the Big 12 in interceptions. You had more takeaways than touchdowns allowed, which is my favorite stat. 31 takeaways and 28 touchdowns allowed, which is absolutely absurd.
Give up the points in the second half all season long.
Oh, man, I don't have it right in front of me, but Danny
Yeah.
probably has it off the top of his head, but it's absolutely insane.
36 in the fourth quarter all year long.
36.
It's fantastic.
It's fantastic.
The guys did a great job we did a great job of preparation during the week of what we thought they were going to do. We didn't always execute it early on in the first quarter, which really pissed me off because to be elite and be dominant, you have to start fast. We didn't. But they did a great job of handling the adjustments, or sometimes it wasn't even adjustments. It was just do your damn job. And they didn't panic. And they were a very confident group. Really, after Kansas State, they were a really confident group. I mean, we beat Weber State, we beat Hawaii. Those are teams that we were expected to beat. And when you have a good football team, you handle business against teams that you're physically better than. We weren't physically better than Kansas State. It was an even matchup, but our kids were better football players that day. And so once we played that well against them, okay, that group was like, okay, we can be pretty damn good.
Yeah.
And that was when it started to be fun.
I love it. Do your job.
Do your job.
And you need to whoop the man in front of you.
That's
right. It's just pretty simple.
It's a violent game, and if you choose violence, most of the time you win.
Absolutely.
I was telling you, Andrew.
That's football, not studio work.
Well, speaking of physicality, it's always that you're always balancing that. Listen, if you're going to box, you got to learn how to spar, right? Mm-hmm. So if your guys are going through practice, there's always that balancing act where you don't want to get guys injured, right, during the season, preseason. But if you're not physical in practice, it's going to show itself on the field. How do you guys balance that, being physical, sparring, so that when it's game time, those lights are on, you're ready to box?
It's a combination of how young are you, how mature are you, how many veterans do you have? A lot of those guys, they don't need the same physicality that Myron Robinson, a true freshman, needs. You have to give them enough so that they can stay polished, because it's one of the games that you can't cheat. It's the only game, it's the only sport in the world that you practice more than you actually play. And so doing that on a daily basis now, with the fact that now we're paying these kids real money, the injury risk becomes significantly greater during practice, so you don't get a whole lot of live reps as far as tackling to the ground. So we've done some creative stuff. I mean, we'll gut the heck out of bags and do those things because it's less taxing on their bodies, but they have to do it full speed in order to be good at anything. And so we do that every single day the entire year. It started last year in December with those bags and pop-ups, and now we had some moving ones that the company that made those, you could drive them around and freaking run them into people.
Yeah.
Ours aren't working, and they discontinued them. So I'm going to have to get under the hood and figure out how to get those damn things to work again so that we can create those kind of things, because it's a lot better when we do it and it's not human flesh. When it is human flesh on game day, it's a lot of fun. If I had my druthers, we'd do it every day against human flesh, but we'd probably run out of bodies. I mean, you got to consider, and Michael Strahan said this the best, it's getting in like 35 car wrecks every week. I mean, that's how violent this game has gotten with how big and fast and strong they are. And so there's a certain amount of longevity in your lifetime for football. Football ends when I mean, Barry Sanders stepped out at the highest moment. Very few people do that. Football usually ends on football's terms. And so trying to create the longevity for these kids, not only for our season, but for the ones that have a chance to play at the next level, it's very important to not abuse that.
All right, let's answer some questions here. If you want to call in and ask Danny Gonzales any questions, hit us up at 719-1490, 719-1490. That is the studio number. We also have some Twitter questions as well. But let's get to the phones here. We've got the one and only Tony joining us today. What's up, Tony?
What's up, gentlemen? Nice to hear Danny G's voice over the air in studio, and I'll lead live in person with him. It's amazing. Awesome. Hey, I got a few questions for you, Coach. The first one is, who is your favorite defensive player to ever play the game? Who do you look at?
Awesome. Well, thanks, Tony. Thanks for calling in. And so I've got a few. I mean, one, I'm very blessed to be around the great Chuck Cecil, because that game that man chose the game of football violent. I mean, they made rules, the targeting rules, because of Chuck Cecil.
Yes.
Okay. If you go back now, I grew up in Albuquerque. And in Albuquerque, you were either a Cowboy fan or a Bronco fan. Those were the only two teams on football. And then Danny White was the quarterback, and I thought we shared a name, which was cool when I was little. So I became a big-time Cowboy fan growing up. So Randy White played the game in such a violent nature. Everson Walls was a DB that played the game in such a violent nature. So I grew up. Those are probably names our kids don't even know, which is really sad. But I grew up watching those guys and have always just been a defensive guy.
Heck yeah.
Randy White, Hollywood Henderson, man. Hated those guys.
Okay, anybody that has to take cocaine during a game to get through it is something different now. That's a whole other level. Hollywood Henderson's a freak now.
Before Super Bowl 13, Hollywood Henderson said that Terry Bradshaw was so dumb he couldn't spell cat if you spotted him the C and the T.
Oh, man.
Tony, do you have a second
What
question,
is your favorite position? Yeah, what is your favorite position to coach on the defensive side? And then lastly, this is a throwing a bone for Justin. What's your favorite restaurant to go to in town?
Hell yeah.
Awesome. So my favorite position on defense is our safety spot, because we get to be involved in both the pass and the run game. Yeah. The guy, Genesis, who played the Bear last year, so Brian Urlacher played that in New Mexico when we played together, and Brian could not backpedal to save his life, so he couldn't cover people in space. It's not what we asked him to do, so we used the four safeties to spoke around him. But he was such a great middle linebacker. We just did it from 7 yards, and he was 6'3". He was 250 pounds. He could run like a deer. So we weren't stupid. We moved around him and left him in the middle. He had 178 tackles his junior year. Genesis was able to cover people in space, so we were able to drop him into the linebacker. We had Dalton, so we could put both those guys in the middle linebacker spot at times. So being creative with what you have, but being involved in that position. Brett Arcee did a fantastic job with those guys, and he's got me chirping in his ear all the time, because it's the position that we can be so much flexibility in our defensive scheme if those guys are elite. Okay, now moving on to the restaurant. Now this is the Blanco's Tacos. They have the greatest nachos in Tucson. I love them.
Yep.
Okay, Poco Mom's is probably the closest to New Mexican food.
I'm glad you finally got it.
That you can have in Tucson.
Yeah.
Next to my wife's food. And then we try and so all three of my girls have celiac, so we don't have any gluten in our house. I don't have any problems with gluten, but they do. So I'm kind of gluten-free by defunct. So Doughbird has great pizza. Barrow's Pizza is probably the best gluten-free pizza in the town. So I mean, there's a lot of. I mean, Tucson has such wonderful food everywhere, and there's a bunch of little mom and pop shops that we like to venture to. Which it makes Tucson an even more special place.
You had Blake's Lottaburger.
So Blake's Lottaburger is in Albuquerque. It's actually started in New Mexico.
Yeah.
And so the Blake's here is getting better. And the reason I say it's getting better is because the grills and everything in Albuquerque, they're like 50, 60 years old. So the grease and the just disgusting dirt that's on those actually gives the food flavor. And so like the one over on Speedway is less than a half mile from our house. My father-in-law, he does not start his day unless he has a Blake's breakfast burrito. So he walks in, it's like Norm at Cheers. They're like, hey, Perfecto, how you doing? I mean, they have his order ready. So they know him on Speedway now here in Tucson. So when he comes to visit, him and my dad drive together to every single game. He doesn't miss a beat going into Blake's in Tucson or Albuquerque.
It's like you at Canes.
I know, man.
Yeah.
Caniac, baby.
Yeah.
All right, let's take one more phone call. We've got our guy Bill joining us today. What's up, Bill?
Hey, guys. Great to be able to talk to Coach. I'm a class of 95, U of A, and I forgive me if the question's already been answered or not, but I wanted to ask Coach two questions. One, when did the coaching staff know that our three players were not going to be playing in the game? Was it before the day of the Holiday Bowl, or was it the day of?
Okay, first, we knew before they left for Christmas. Traden Stukes he was on the fence early on, right after we finished the end of the season, and then I had a feeling once Traden made the decision that those other two. Now Genesis was working through whether or not he was going to stay or go, whether he's going to come back for his senior year or get ready for the NFL draft. Once he made the decision to get ready for the NFL draft, that time frame for him to be 100% healthy, to test at his best and all those things and just be ready off of the football season was paramount. And then Dalton, I mean, those guys, the opportunity that they had to play. Now, I'll tell you this, when we found out they weren't going to play, I didn't bat an eye in the fact that I thought we were going to beat SMU. And I figured I had envisioned the entire game like the second half. The game moves fast.
Can I answer? I know.
Sure.
I know the time is real short. Can I ask my second question real quick? And I don't know if it's been done or not, but me and my son and 30,000 other U of A fans came over there, expected. I mean, big U of A supporters. He's a senior at U of A. And we didn't have, my wife wasn't happy because I spent most of our vacation money for the year to go to the Holiday Bowl. And if I would have had that information, I might have not went. And that's when the question is I've never heard as a staff or as a coaching staff any apologies to the fans, because the team is part of the players are part of the team. I was expecting this coaching staff to say, hey, we made a decision. We're sorry that we didn't say it earlier. But I made that decision thinking, we're going to have a full team, the team that we root on as season ticket holders. We didn't have all that information. So I'm not sure if I would have spent the $3,000 that I did to go out there and create a memory for me and my son if I would have known that information. So I've never really heard anything from the team that, hey, sorry we didn't tell you. This is what happened.
Yeah.
To hear it 45 minutes before the game it was just a kick in the gut.
Yeah. No, yes, sir. Here, Bill, I'll answer that question. And I'll tell you right now, I do apologize for anybody that was upset that those guys didn't play and that we didn't let you know that. I'll take that on me. I greatly apologize for our team and our fans that made that decision based on thinking they would have had those guys going in. What I'll tell you this is I'm grateful and I'm appreciative that you made the decision to go, whether you knew who was or wasn't playing. I'll tell you this, without knowing that Trey Smith, Tia Savea, and Deshaun McKnight were going to play, not knowing if they were going to play. I still thought we had the ability to win the football game, much like we should have. So what I really appreciate about the Tucson community and Wildcat fans is its next man up mentality. Now, I appreciate you spending your hard-earned money, and I talked about this way back in August. We want you to invest in this football team before you know they're good. And some did, some didn't. Now that we've got a great opportunity going into Team 123 for the 26th season, we want you to invest your money in all that and make more special memories for you and your son and your family members, and make more special memories for the Tucson community. If you want to be mad at somebody, don't be mad at those kids, be mad at me. I appreciate the loyalty of the Tucson community to those kids, and I'm really sorry that you guys weren't aware that they were going to play. My biggest protection of our football team was for Coleman Patman and Gavin Hunter and Dejon Hinton, two of the three, Dejon and Coleman, who had not played a single snap of Division I football, getting ready to go against a team that's probably the top 15 team in the country that beat a team that was in the national championship game, and trying to protect them to give them the best opportunity to be successful, because if they're getting game planned the entire time of preparation for that game, it's probably going to give them not as good a chance to play well. Okay, so I do apologize that was not out sooner, but I do believe that the protection of our team, and I am grateful for the loyalty of the Tucson community. We wanted you there, whether we were showing up with 10 guys or 108 guys.
Yep.
And for those that felt like they got cheated, I am really sorry for that. We still want you to be there in the fall of 26. We still want you to be Wildcats for life and bear down and all those wonderful things. But I'll take that on the chin. I apologize for not letting them know earlier.
Good questions, Bill.
Thanks
Thank
a lot,
you.
Bill.
Great, Bill.
Yeah.
I tell you what,
And,
though.
and you know what?
Yeah.
You almost won the game.
Well,
That's the thing.
Here's what I would say is there's no moral victories and losses. No, there's no coach that's going to say that, right? But as a guy that born and raised in Tucson, is my blood runs black and gold and red and blue. That second half, like, I walked away with a sense of pride of this team. They took a punch to the face and then 19-0 in the second half, and really had a number of opportunities to win that game in the second half. So I think a lot of people share the sense of pride we had of the resilience of this football team, not just in the fourth quarter of SMU, but all season long.
You know, there was a lot of questions about how we went through the scoring process and going for two and all those things. We didn't score our first touchdown until there was 2 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Yeah.
Not knowing if we were going to get more possessions, we lucked into the interceptions and the 3-and-outs and all those things. I mean, we obviously hadn't done that in the first half. And so I think the calculated risk of trying to make sure we could tie the game in 3 possessions, it didn't work out. I mean, you always – hindsight's 20/20. But I mean, I think because of the time now, if we score on the first possession of the second half, we probably kick the extra point and build into it. But we were running out of time at that moment.
Yeah.
Well, if you get those twos, right, we're sitting here
Yeah,
talking about
it's
what a
completely different
genius
game.
move that was.
Yeah, exactly.
We got our good pal T Money joining us today. What's up, T Money?
Gentlemen, good morning. Hey, what I just heard right now is probably a first in Tucson media, dude calling out a coach on real-time and terrestrial radio. But, Coach Gonzales, your answer, the Bible says soft answer turns away wrath. That's perfect. And that was shout out to your New Mexico upbringing, because that's something that would have happened on the street in Albuquerque, and you would have had to answer the same way. So props to you for that. 2 questions. Number 1, what's your best Brian Urlacher story? And number 2, is the question red or green?
Oh,
Well, I appreciate that. And, you know, going back to Bill's question and asking me that I mean, I want people in Tucson, when they get upset, when they get mad, when they get critical, that's great. It means they care. And Bill really cared about, 1, winning the game, 2, spending his hard-earned money to go to San Diego. So, I mean, I appreciate those things. It's our job to be able to answer those questions and make people feel and understand why. Brian Urlacher.
By the way, before you tell the story, when he
Yes.
came here for the Arizona Bowl luncheon, he did not hold back with the Danny Gonzales story. So feel free
Well,
to go anywhere you want with this.
you know, he's we used to, so we were roommates in college, and we did a lot of stupid things. 1, we didn't have cell phones to record it, which is even greater.
Yeah.
Right?
yeah.
But like I said, the dude, he was an unbelievable football player, unbelievable basketball player. Could not backpedal to save his life. So, I mean, I could freaking just destroy him one-on-one routes. I mean, it wasn't even funny. We'd play one-on-one. It wouldn't even be close. And he's a freaking Hall of Famer, so I take that to the grave on that. We would play dominoes in the hotel room. We were dumb college kids. I mean, we would be in there. We were messing around. and I jumped to go get him from the bed, one bed to another, and I slipped on the other bed. I landed on a table. He grabbed me by the throat, and that was what he was talking about. He used to beat my ass. I mean, he grabbed me by the throat, and I ended up on the table. Table freaking shattered. Dominoes go everywhere. That was where this whole thing, No, we went down. I told him, hey, coach, I broke this table. Like, they were like, what the hell are you doing? You guys dumbass. All that good stuff. But, I mean, we were just dumb college kids that had a lot of fun and did that. Now, the red and green question, if you want in Albuquerque and New Mexico, they say Christmas if you want both. If I had to choose, my wife would say red. I would take green. Like if we go to Blake's Lottaburger, it's a green chili sausage burrito is my favorite, the number 2. I can eat anything. I like chili, the flavor of it. My wife likes it super, super hot. My father-in-law, I don't think he has taste buds anymore because if it's not hot enough, he'll just add stuff to it.
You're not sweating, you're not eating. That's my philosophy.
You can get here at Safeway or Fry's. You can get Sadie's hot salsa. And I love it. It's a New Mexico thing. I love it, but I sweat. My wife makes fun of me. She's like, you're so soft. Like that's the half white side and you coming out right there and, with that salsa.
Christmas.
Yeah.
I'm a Christmas guy.
Mix them. Yeah.
Heck yeah, man.
I like it, man. And it's like I'll get the beads of sweat on my head. And Christina will laugh at me. She's like, "You're a maniac." Yeah, it's like this is how you eat.
That's right. Chips is my nemesis. Like when I want to lose weight. My wife, I would just tell my wife, like, stop buying chips because chips and guacamole or the nachos and blancos, like, that's my downfall.
Paul hung up?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. If you guys want to call in, ask Danny Gonzales any questions, hit us up, 719-1490. All right. Until we get some more phone calls.
I do have a question.
I was going to say, Ali's been, like, itching to nerd out.
Right, yeah. I mean, Coach, a lot of coaches talk about trends, and there's always something new, whether it's, simulated pressure on defense or rolling the coverage after post-snap, which I think Dom Capers brought to football in 1992 with the zone blitz. So that's my question. Is it like whether it's RPOs on offense or are they really trends, or is it just coaches going back and putting their own flavor on something that's already happened before?
That's mostly that. I mean, football is a copycat game because there's only so many things you can do. There's some very innovative. I mean, I'm going to give Urban Meyer credit. Like all the spread RPO stuff, he was kind of the first one to do it out of the triple option look, the stuff that Rich Rod does at West Virginia. Mm-hmm. I mean, those things are innovative and hard to do. High school coaches, I learn more from high school coaches than I do from most college coaches because they have to be innovative with the people they have in their community. Now, that's kind of changed. Kind of kids go to school everywhere now in high school too, and they're starting to make money for it, which is even crazier. But high school coaches have to be intuitive in what they have and innovative in what they do. The reason that we've been good on defense, I mean, I worked for Rocky Long for 20 years. I think he's one of the greatest defensive minds in all of college football. We had a project every year. You had to break down the top 5 offenses in the country every year to try and stay in front of those guys and what they're doing. Not necessarily the people we're going to play, but what are they doing that we haven't defended so that we have answers if we get that during the season. And don't wait till game week because trying to do that in 3 days on top of the other stuff you're doing is impossible. So I'll take the top 5 offenses of the year, Indiana being one, how efficient they were, and break them down and see what they did that would give us trouble on defense so that we have an answer going into next season. And then obviously BYU week 2, we have NAU week 1, BYU week 2. That game right there, if we can win that one, which that's going to be my focus. Those first 2 games will be my focus from now. I mean, I already had our guys break down all 14 games of BYU because that one stings. I mean, we had a 10-point lead with 7 minutes to go, and I apologize to the Tucson community again. Like, that one stings me. Like, we're in the conference championship game if we win that damn game. So, Team 123, week 2, September 12th in BYU in Provo, Utah, is a big, big deal.
Circle it. Yeah.
Circle it.
Circle it. And we had
spend your money to come to Provo, please, Tucson.
Provo's awesome.
Hey, I heard the U of A chants at the Arizona basketball game.
At the Marriott Center?
The Marriott, is it Marriott?
Yeah,
Marriott.
I've always say Marriott, and then I've heard all people say Marriott. I'm like, where does this come from?
Potato.
It's like Boise.
So exactly. Prescott,
yeah. Coach, we talked a little bit previously about do your job, right? I think it's the number one thing a coach says to a player. Don't just focus on what you have to do. That also applies to coaches. And I just remember when, I've coached all 3 phases, offense, defense, special teams. But sometimes it works where sometimes it doesn't work, where a coach is like, hey, you're on defense, don't worry about the offense. But sometimes it's like, hey, I noticed this what they're doing on defense, there's a weakness there you can take advantage of. Is there that interplay within our coaching staff between offense and defense of like, hey, I noticed this, and maybe kind of helping out with the game plan from the offense or defensive side?
Big time. I mean, I talked to Coach Oglesby every week, offensive line wise, about how they're going to block things, how things will block against us. I talked to Coach Daggy every Monday. We talk, hey, like, you're going to have to score some points, man. I don't know if we can slow them down, or hey, we're going to be able to get after these guys. Freaking let's go fast and let's do what we do. I mean, it's a great team building and how we do the game plan. And then because I've been a head coach and because Brent Brennan is not egotistical, he values opinions of us on game day between myself, Seth, Craig, Niver, and himself. So I have the ability to go back and forth on the headset to the offense and defense. So I'll spend time with Seth and Brent. I mean, I'm a big go for it on fourth down guy. I mean, I'm constantly reminding Brent because there's so much going on in the game. Hey, Coach, are you thinking about 4 downs here? What are we doing here? So that Seth, because it's a lot easier to call a third down play if you know you've got 4 downs than it is on fourth down to just come up with a fourth down play. Yeah. So that communication is pretty elite on our staff, which isn't everywhere. And once again, it's because Brent Brennan is one, when he just says, this is what we're going to do, this is what we're going to do, it's fantastic. But he's not afraid to take opinions from people. And when he wants you to shut up, just say, hey, shut up, I'm trying to concentrate. Then that's what you do. It's the great ability of being the head coach. It's your ship. You're the captain. And, I mean, I absolutely love working for the man.
Heck yeah. Viking Tony, what's up, man?
Good morning. Good morning. I have a historical question for Coach Gonzales. Hey, if you had to, say, go way back to the 70s and look at defenses like the Purple People Eater, the Steel Curtain, no-name defense with Miami, or the Orange Crush with Denver, which one would you like to replicate or be part of? And the second question is, which NFL coach would give you the hardest time planning for defensively? And you can't say McCarthy for the Steelers because then I know it's Rick.
Well, you already asked the question. It's like Captain Obvious. I mean, Mean Joe Green, L.C. Greenwood, Ernie Holmes. Come on, man. Dwight White, Steel Curtain dominated all those other guys.
He did. Now the one you left out, the Doomsday Defense.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we have these great nicknames. It's one of the things that I take pride in being here at the University of Arizona is you can mention the Desert Swarm with those same names, and everybody knows what you're talking about nationally in football, which is fantastic. But I think the greatest of those, and you're going to call me a homer for being with Ollie here, but the Steel Curtain was unbelievable. I mean, those guys with Jack Lambert up front, I mean, they were just so physically dominant against everybody they played. They beat the Cowboys in 2 Super Bowls, which breaks my heart.
You got us in 95.
We whooped there in 95, though, no doubt.
Neil O'Donnell was the MVP for the Cowboys that day.
Yeah, Larry Parker got it. He made Larry Parker rich there down that day.
Yeah.
But that era of football, the fact that people had, I mean, the Purple People Eaters up front, they were so physically violent. I mean, it's a Jeopardy question. Those people, if you get the Purple Eater meters, I'm going to die. The whole Alex Trebek deal right there. I mean, that's how fantastic those teams were.
Yeah.
I mean, I just the history of football on that side of the ball. I mean, but the Desert Swarm is a piece of that, which is fantastic. And then what was the other question?
Which offensive coach in the NFL would give you the most fits?
Right now, I think there's 2. I think it's Joe Brady, who just became the head coach of the Buffalo Bills. Now he's got an unbelievable quarterback in Josh Allen to do all those things with. And then Sean McVay is so innovative in all the things he does. I mean, he's done it twice. Cooper Kupp, nobody knew about. Puka Nacua, nobody knew about. And he's been able to find ways to make those guys all pro NFL football players. And then Matthew Stafford's career was resurrected with Sean McVay. Mm-hmm. So I think from where he came from and what he does, I mean, he would be very hard to prepare for. I mean, we love the opportunity, but and I'm not an NFL guy. I mean, I absolutely love coaching college football. So come on down to the college level, Sean, and let's see what happens.
Hell yeah. All right, we got Sam joining us. Long time, first time. What's up, Sam?
Hey, not much, man. I love the show. Hey, you made my day there, Coach Gonzales. I was so excited. And I'm going to tell you something. Nobody made a bigger impact on the U of A Wildcats than you did, Coach. I've been watching U of A for many, many years, especially our defense, and I've never really been terribly excited. But the passion and the different play calling you did, I saw quarterbacks didn't know what the heck was coming from Arizona this year, and I was so impressed. And, another thing, too, Coach, was the way the defense looked from game one to the last game at ASU is what I considered, and the difference that the team was. You improved every single week. That's coaching. That is absolutely 100% coaching. So, again, I bought season tickets because you, Coach Gonzales. I'm so glad that you're going to stay around. I'm really impressed. Thank you again, Coach.
Hell yeah.
Well, one, thank you for those kind words. I mean, those are we want to continue to build something special in Tucson, and with people like you and the fans that come up and show up in the Soul, it makes that place special. And I agree with you on the fact that our football team got better week to week. When you can do that, one, you have to have good enough players and great players. But I do think we have great coaches, and what makes coaches great is the ability to teach and lead. Because players win games. Don't let anybody ever change you or change your mind about that. Players win games. Coaches don't. Coaches can screw you up and lose games. But great coaches are great teachers, and I think we have some great teachers on this staff that are continuing to build. Now, the thing is, are we going to go to a sophomore slump, or are we going to come back in year two and build on this thing? And I think Team 123 has a chance to win the Big 12 championship and play in the CFP, and that's our goal. When we play Texas Tech in Week 7, we want to be 7-0, and that be a top 10 matchup. That only happens if we win Week 1 and Week 2 in Provo. Week 1 against NAU, Week 2 in Provo. So thank you for coming out. The last thing I forgot before on the food piece, we have Ice Cream Friday in our family. We go to Frost every Friday up on Campbell and Skyline. Our girls get out of school, and it's Ice Cream Friday. And Jeff over there at Frost, they do a fantastic job. It's the best gelato in town. So I can't forget to mention them on the food spot.
Justin's already put in the paperwork to change his last name to Gonzales.
Yeah. I was like, did you say every Friday?
Every Friday. And then the other thing that people don't realize, you got the Wizard of Oz in here and Andrew. Like that guy, the things he's doing on this machine behind the scenes, like nobody's giving Andrew any credit. And this thing ain't running without Andrew.
Thank you,
it's
Coach.
all of our analysts and all that all the pieces in the back. I mean, that our building wouldn't run without those people. I mean, Andrew right here, he's like the Wizard of Oz, like here with all these buttons. I mean, I'm gonna start pushing buttons, see if we can cause you some trouble.
We got one more phone call. Zepp is joining us today. Thanks for calling in, Zepp.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Good, man. What's your question?
So my cousin, rest in peace, his name was O.C. Lewis. He went by Osei. He was a coach at University of New Mexico. I was wondering if he was a coach there when you were there, Coach.
So Osei and his wife Darlene are great friends of mine.
Yes.
We were on the staff together at New Mexico. We were on the staff together at San Diego State. And when he went through his cancer battle, we talked quite often, and it was really sad. I mean, his son and daughter, I mean, they're good family friends of ours. I love Osei Lewis, was a great player at Oregon State. One, I'm sorry for your loss. We miss him dearly.
Yes.
But, yes, Osei was a great, great, great man.
All right. Hey. That's good to hear. I mean, of course, I know that, being biased, that's my cousin. But, it's always good to hear people that he worked with, kids that he coached and stuff like that to speak about him.
Heck yeah.
So that was my question. And Coach, I do appreciate everything you're doing for us here at the University of Arizona. I'm a Tucsonan. I graduated from Tucson High. So let's bear down, and I got your back, Coach.
Appreciate you.
Thank you,
Thanks a lot, Zepp. Appreciate you, man. Man, a lot of good stuff there in hour number one with our guy, Danny Gonzales. Arizona Defensive Coordinator Danny Gonzales joining us.
We got 10
in
seconds.
studio.
I got some more question. I watched Indiana, quarterback. I watched the players they have, and I asked this question, why not us? Why not us?
No. Hey, our goal, I mean, we're talking about let's go win a national championship here. Let's go win it in basketball in April, and then let's get our ass ready to go for next January. I mean, why not us? I agree with you, Ollie. I agree with you. We got enough talent, so let's go do it.
Hell yeah, man. Get your tickets. Arizona football season 2026. Danny, thank you for stopping by.
Move out of the way, Justin. That wall's about to get broken.